Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investors channel. My name is Sensei and we're here today to have a look at this exciting price action on XRP. It is very exciting. We're up 3% again today. We had a very nice day on XRP yesterday, and we're going to be discussing um, where, if this is an official breakout, where I'm expecting it to go, and also the news on the stock market today, as the stock market is also trading up 2% in the pre-market as well. So it's looking to be shaping up to be a very nice day here today on the stock market and the crypto market, with a nice focus on XRP today, which has been up 3% on trading hours as well. Thank you all for tuning in. This is a different time to when we normally go live. So if you're watching this later on, we are normally live a bit later for the opening bell and closing bell with Martyn. I've come on just because I've spotted the price action and I wanted to share it with you guys. So please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let everyone know we're here because we don't normally go live at this time. Let me just make sure everything's running normally because it's a different time. Just check this. Just making sure we're running smoothly at the moment. Cool. Yeah, we are. Okay, brilliant. Let's start off with bringing some news to you guys as well, because we are on breakout watch right now on XRP. $2.30 is what I want to see break, and then we can shoot up to $2.62. Before I get any further into this live stream or video, if you're watching this later, this is not financial advice. This is just my thoughts and opinions only. I'm only here to share with you my personal thoughts, so please do not trade based on anything I say. This is only my thoughts for educational and entertainment purposes only. We've got breakout watch going on right now. $2.30 is my level of resistance that we have just touched and pulled back, which is completely normal. But what we want to see is this momentum continuing, so we can get a mega day today on XRP, potentially another 10 to 13% to the next resistance levels for XRP. So we are on breakout watch. We'll be sharing that with you live. We are also going to be covering the news of very nice interview on Bloomberg yesterday. So we'll be sharing that as well. We've got SEC Chair Paul Atkins now being sworn in yesterday. So he is now officially the SEC Chairman, and he is
the best and most secure.
So far seems like he is pro Bitcoin. We are excited for him to take over Gary Gensler's job, and we've already seen the effects of that with all the cases around crypto being dropped as well. So we'll be covering those bits of news as well. Let's see who's with us so far, and let's put some music on, just because it's early morning for a lot of people right now. So let's wake some people up. XRP is not sleeping, so you shouldn't either. Let's see who's in the chat with us right now.
Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
We've got Pascal is here first, Media Digitization Solutions, CY Web. You're up early, I'm almost off to work, but since you're up, I will stay on as well. CY Web, thank you for tuning in. Maybe this is a show for, maybe we can do this more regularly, a show for going to work. We've got JJ here, morning Sensei. Let me just make sure you can hear me. Just checking the level. Yep, you can hear me. We've got John here, we've got Thomas here, we've got George here. How are you going to see XRP's breakout with the whole stock market, crypto market breakout? Well, each stock in crypto has breakout levels, and a breakout for me is a technical level, and that is $2.30. Hello everyone, Finite to Freedom is here, Alex is here, good morning Sensei, good morning everyone. 4:44 Central Time here, let's go. Which song is this? This is, I don't know the name of it actually. Jim is here, XRP, let's go. Morning from Canada. Brilliant, Alex, it seems like you are our only moderator in at this hour, so go XRP, better be real this time, been waiting 7 years, says Cindy. Pump, pump, pump. We've got a poll running right now as well. Is XRP breaking out, buying more, you taking profits, waiting and watching, or already in? Let's moon. I'm already in. If it goes lower, I'll buy more. I'm not buying at these prices. Let's turn up the music before it ends. Brilliant. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We are here live at a different time than normal. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you aren't here. If you haven't subscribed already. We are looking at XRP. So let's go on to the 4-hour time frame and see what price action has been occurring. So it hasn't been a while where we've seen 4-hour candles like this. The momentum is coming back. It seems we have just hit the level of resistance, $2.30. That's what we're looking to break out from. And when we do, I do expect some this price action to continue, maybe all the way up to $2.50 as well. The last time we got this sort of price action was when we double bottomed around levels I bought. $1.70 is when we had that correction. What we said, $2 is not going to hold forever. We are going to get a significant correction. It went exactly to the levels that I wanted to buy. The 786 from the 2021, that was $1.83, and the 50% retrace from the all-time high, that was $1.71. Yes, we wicked a little bit lower. We can't predict the bottom every time, but we can have a good idea of what levels of support are out there. And those turned out to be pretty good buys. When you look now, that is about a 32% from my last buy, and about 41% moves to the upside from the lows of that correction that we saw back in the beginning of April. So let's now move on to the 1-hour candle and see what this smaller time frame action is. And what we're seeing here is that rejection from $2.30. Again, that is a resistance point. That is a level that I was expecting to see some resistance. However, let's see if we are, that is a normal reaction. But what we want to see now is a higher low being created and then finally breaching from these $2.30 level. We move on to the S&P 500 because obviously this is helping drive the price of XRP right now. That wicked up in after hours last night upon Tesla news, which we'll be covering as well. And that is now up 2%, ready for market open in a few hours' time, where Martyn will be covering that. So you can see the S&P 500 is having another good day, and we're expecting it to potentially come and close some gaps a little bit higher in price as well. This isn't, I can't call that this is going to be the end of the bear market. This is going to be the end. We're not going to see any lower prices. That all depends on how much uncertainty will come out of the White House, and how the economic situation will continue, how inflation will be in the coming months. But for now, we are seeing at least a relief rally on the S&P 500, and we are potentially seeing a breakout on XRP as well, where I might be taking profits if we do head higher. That is not my goal, but if we do head to levels where I see a doubling in my investment from down here, potentially around the $3 level again, I will be taking some potential profits as I bought more. The majority of my position, 90%, is a long-term position which I'm holding for much higher prices towards that $10 mark. So let's see what news we have. Let's go back to the comments, and I'll bring you some further news. So we've got Alex here. Welcome everyone and all our friends. Hit the like, guys, says Pascal. Yes, please do. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's see. We've got 163 people watching. Thank you all for tuning in. How many likes do we have? Only 5. Let's refresh. We've got 48 likes. We can do much better than that. So please do hit the like button if you haven't done so already. What time is it for everyone? I want everyone to put their time. What time zone are you in? What time is it where you are at right now? Is it early morning or is it late night? Let me know in the comment section. I want everyone to type in their time zone. Breakout will only occur if the SEC officially drops their appeal. I don't think so. I think we have a good idea that that's coming to an end. We can see by actions as well, Ripple acquiring that brokerage. That shows that they're confident that appeal is going to be dropped. They're confident that they can move forward with these acquisitions, and that case will come to an end. I'm so glad you said that back in February 9th. During the first drop, I missed the levels. I didn't set my customer order and had to wait until the 27th. Oh, here we go. We've got everyone's time zones. 10:54 a.m., 11:54 a.m. So that's you're in the UK. You're somewhere in Europe, Pascal, maybe. Um, Alaska was 2 a.m. in Alaska. Wow. 4:54 a.m. 4:54 a.m. 4:54 a.m. 11:45, 11:54, 4:54, 11:54. Texas 5 a.m. Wow. That's Martyn. Martyn doesn't even know I'm live. I'm just on his channel and he's sleeping at 5 a.m. We'll see Martyn pop into the chat when he wakes up, I imagine. He'll be like, what's going on? Saudi Arabia, 1 p.m. 4:54, 11:54, 5:54. Ireland, we've got Andy from Ireland, so the same time zone as me. 5:54, getting ready for work. Um, Almost 5 a.m. Thanks everyone from Westside that joined in such early morning. Wow, yes, Alex, it's incredible how many people are joining in at this hour. Amsterdam 11. Storm has woke you up early. Well, now you've got a show to tune into. We've got Jocelina's here as well. Seattle, Washington, 2:55 a.m. You are up very late. 10:55. We could all do a house swap and have a lot of choices. Yes, we could. Greg is here. James is here. Welcome in, James. Brilliant. Okay, let's cover some more news. So, just a little roundup that AI has helped out with, but it's good to see. So, global markets and macroeconomic overview. This was just made about half an hour ago. Global markets are experiencing a relief rally following President Trump's assurance that he has no intention of dismissing Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Remember that was causing a lot of uncertainty. It's not a good look if you're threatening to fire an independent uh, uh, senior official in the Fed, the Reserve Chair. If there was any indication that Jerome Powell was going to be fired, which there was, that was the indication. That's why the markets were coming down. That's one of the reasons it was dropping earlier in the week and last week. But from yesterday's interview, I'm going a bit white because the sun's coming out. I need to adjust my camera. Yeah, so following that interview, we've got confirmation that he's not looking to fire Jerome Powell. That has taken away that uncertainty. It has created more. What's the word? It's created more not certainty. It's confidence in the market and confidence with what the Fed's doing at the moment. He still wants them to cut rates quicker. However, he's not threatening anyone being fired, which is good. So that's helped with this relief rally. And his openness to reducing tariffs and potential trade agreements with China, that's also helped. He's potentially working on deals there and making it seem like that is going to happen. This has this has alleviated investor concerns, leading to gigantic. Significant gains in Asian markets. Japan's Nikkei rising 2.3%, South Korea's main index gaining 1.2%. US futures also improved; they're up around 2% at the moment. Tesla 5% post-market rebound. So that's also been helping the markets regain. In the UK, the private sector has contracted for the first time in 18 months, attributed to a sharp decline in export orders amid global trade tensions. Additionally, UK public sector borrowing reached 152 billion in the financial year ending in March, exceeding official forecasts by nearly 15 billion, raising concerns about potential tax hikes or public spending cuts. So the UK still not doing very well. I think we've got some news about Tesla here as well. So this happened yesterday. Martyn covered it live. Let's have a recap of why the markets are up. The S&P 500 about 1.5% is in Tesla, and that's obviously helping the markets rebound because Tesla's up about 6% pre-market, I believe, at the moment. So the financial performance, Tesla report. Remember, the earnings weren't actually that good. I'm being really washed out right now. I don't know what to do. Let's see if we can adjust this slightly. No, that's not working. There we go. That's a bit better. Yes, so the earnings weren't actually that good, but some of his remarks have obviously helped Tesla mainly. We'll cover it in just a second. Let's read this first. Financial performance: Tesla Q1 revenue of 18.3 billion, a 9% year-on-year decline and a 71% drop in profits to 409 million. Automotive revenue fell by 20%, prompting the company to step back from its 2025 return to growth forecast. Despite these figures, Tesla stock rose post-earnings, with market optimism by CEO Elon Musk renewed focus on Tesla and plans for autonomous vehicles. Autonomous vehicles is what they keep talking about. That's what investors are excited about, plus the fact that he's going to be involved with Tesla more. Musk announced plans to scale back his involvement in the government affairs to dedicate more time to Tesla. That's a massive announcement. That's what the investors were concerned about, and he has put those ideas to bed, and he's been saying that he's going to be involved more with Tesla and less with the government. The company is progressing on key initiatives, including robotaxi launch in Austin and scaling up humanoid robot Optimus. Musk emphasized the importance of affordability amid economic and trade policy uncertainties. We've got some earnings pre-market and some at close. Nothing that I'm too interested in, apart from Next Zero Energy. We'll see how that does as well. Let's go to your comments before we bring you some more news as well. Let's see. We've got the IMF as well. Let me just bring this news as well. Global Monetary Fund IMF forecast. The IMF has reduced global growth forecast, citing ongoing tariff impacts. The tariffs are having impacts all across the globe, and the IMF is reducing their global growth forecast. That's not good for any market, really. Despite the optimism in markets, concerns remain about the long-term effects of trade tensions on the global economy. Oil prices has recovered amidst improved risk sentiment, with Brent crude rising to $68. Gold prices have slipped from record highs due to profit taking, currently at 3,353 ounces. That hit record highs yesterday of around $3,500 per ounce. We've been bullish on gold for the last couple of years, and this is sort of going beyond my expectations, in all honesty. Let's see what else we have. S&P won by just a hair. Yes, Terry Rose, it did yesterday, but we need to remember that was with margin. XRP would have actually won. Midnight here says, Stia Dowie. Where are you, Stedda? Where would it be midnight at the moment? I'm not sure. Australia, New Zealand, somewhere like that. No, it can't be. I'm not sure where it would be midnight right now. Binky Bonk is going up. 1:54 in the UAE. We've got all sorts of time zones, but for most people it's early morning because of most people are in the US. Did we beat Martyn's S&P yesterday? No, he had a competition between XRP and S&P yesterday. Figured we had a shot since market never closes for us. Well, we won anyway because XRP was up higher. His S&P, of course, is on margin, so I would say we are the winners. XRP Army won in my eyes. ZBCN is down. I have no idea why, but it's strange. I'm not sure what that is. My other BS tokens will be offloaded and we'll go into different tokens. Rebalancing of the portfolio. Good luck to you, CY Web. Hey Sensor, do you think we will get a bit of a pullback in the crypto market given the recent price hike? Australia is here. Nice to see you, buddy. Okay, let's have a look at that question. Do I think there'll be a pullback? Well, we are currently at resistance for XRP. That's why we're on breakout watch, because if $2.30 does break, there will be, in my opinion, a price surge to the upside. We are currently getting a pullback because we've just hit resistance at $2.30. Where does that resistance come from? Well, if we zoom out, I'm sure we'll find out. This is an area that we have previously looked at for a while, where there has been a lot of support and resistance. If you just look at all this price action, even on the 3-day, you can see that there's been a lot of above it is support, below it is resistance. Here we go, we've got support again here. We've had resistance here previously, and now we're visiting it again. So that's where that horizontal resistance line has come from. And we're currently just waiting to see how we will react going forward. I'm expecting maybe a bit of a pullback in answer to your question, potentially coming back down to around $2.25 on the short term, and then trying to move to the upside again. We have just lost this upwards moving support line, so that's why we're continuing to the downside. But yeah, we'll see. $2.25 would be my next best bet. And then we'll see if we rebound and take out $2.30, because once we break out of $2.30, we are really looking at $2.50, and that will be a nice it's another 7% move to the upside on XRP, and that can all happen today. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We are on breakout watch right now for XRP. What else do we have right now? Gold is having its pullback, as we just mentioned. It hit its all-time highs yesterday, $3,500 per ounce, and now we are retracing. This happens. This is normal profit taking, people wanting to buy into the markets, people wanting to buy Bitcoin, for example, people wanting to cover their positions, de-risk, and they will take their money from gold. Let's see what else we have. That's gold towards the pound, £2,500 at the moment. Silver is holding up a bit better today. Some of that money could be flowing into silver. We've got Nasdaq up 2.72%. Let's see if we're on breakout watch on that as well. Yeah, we are. If we look at this very important trend line we have here, the S&P 500 hasn't come back to this trend line, but the Nasdaq has. What we've got going on here is a supply line trending towards the downside. Once these supply lines break to the upside, you normally see the momentum come back, and that momentum will potentially bring the stock market back into a deeper retrace. Even if we're bearish, even if we think there's going to be a long-term bear market, what you tend to see is sort of a dead cat bounce anyway, and that can range between any of these levels. It can go to the 50% retrace if it's not wanting a deep retrace, then the 618, and also if it wants a really deep retrace, then you're looking at the 786 as well. So those are all three key levels that some people would trade on this breakout and take profits at these specific levels. Whether it's a bull market or a bear market, there is the potential to come back to all of these levels before continuing to the downside. So we are on breakout watch, at least for the short term here, because the Nasdaq it's got at least another 3% to the first target of the retrace. So that is looking good. If you compare that to the S&P 500, that downwards trending. Let's have a look and see if that's. You can see just drawing that same line, we are not as close to that trend line as we are on the Nasdaq. So that's not too important right now. Let's see what else we have. Let's go to the crypto. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is coming closer back to that 100,000 mark, which is impressive. Back to 94,000. We came exactly down, exactly to where we said I was expecting it to go down to, which was 75,000/74,000. I said we are expecting to come down to these previous highs, but you always need to put your levels a little bit higher. So 74,000 was the level. We came down there, and what a perfect trade that was, up 26% in a matter of days after we've hit that level. So that was what we were expecting. Why were we expecting it? Well, because we had this massive breakout to the upside all the way past 100,000, but we never retest this level. And this level was so important because it's previous all-time highs. And normally, to get a confident move to the upside, you break out of a level. The breakout level was a previous all-time high, so that was here. And then you come in for a retest and then move up. If it's too bullish, you don't get that retrace and you might go away. But if you get a pullback, you normally will come and try and retest these levels. And what's happened here is you finally, after all those months, came back and retested these levels. So that's what needed to happen. That's what we were expecting to happen. And that's what had a high likelihood of happening. It doesn't always happen, but I would say in my time of trading, I've always seen coming back to specific levels, testing them, and then continuing the upside move. So this is looking very bullish for me again on the crypto market, because Bitcoin leads the market, and Bitcoin has finally got its retest that we were waiting for a very long time. what we were anticipating on this move down, our target 74,000, that's been hit, and as you can see, we've had this aggressive move to the upside. And let's see where we are right now. We've got these. Yeah, I mean, there's not much stopping Bitcoin to head back to over 100,000, so that will be interesting to see on the coming days. Again, if there's more uncertainty in the market, the stock market starts plummeting again, then Bitcoin will probably follow. But right now, Bitcoin is looking bullish. Nothing really technically in its way at this current time, so that's looking good as well. Let's have a look at your questions. Let's see who's with us. 220 people watching. Please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you have any specific suggestions do you want to have a look at, you can always do a super chat and we'll have a full chart analysis for you. What's everyone talking about? ZBCN. ZBCN. Let's see what that is. ZBCN. USD. Oh yes, this has been requested a few times, and it's at its lowest levels, its lowest risk levels. Obviously, it can go to zero. However, if you really like this token, this is at the lowest point it's been in a while. It actually wicked down to nearly its all-time lows. So this is looking interesting as a as a as a as a potential area where you've seen it happen before, where you've had a 100% move to the upside, and that's what the level is at the moment. So who's investing in that? It's Stephen likes that. Sunday I will super chat and get a chart analysis. CY Web. Oh, you want to see? Yeah, you can have another look at it on Sunday, but right now it's still at those all-time low levels, areas of accumulation that we've previously seen. Doesn't mean it can't drop and go to zero. However, if you're looking at past performance, which is never an indication of future performance, but if you are looking at past performance, that is an area that's previously had nice price action from, and it's previously been good areas to buy in. My only concern is it's done that a few times. So if the market continues to go down, there will be new price action all the way down to all-time lows. But if you like the project, then it's at a good price. Look at Nvidia since they're going up. This is amazing. Let's have a look at Nvidia. I'm excited to see Martyn wake up and see that someone's streaming on his channel. That would be that would be exciting. Let's have a look at Nvidia. Let's open up extended trading hours. Yeah, look at that. Nvidia are up 5.5%. Wow, look at that, exactly at these levels. $97 has held again. And we're coming up to the supply line around $110, but right now it's looking very good. Let's have a look at this here in the RSI, see if there's any bullish divergence. No, nothing too special on the RSI. The MACD has just turned green, so the momentum is shifting towards, and the MACD is this thing down here. You can see that that little green bar over there. The momentum is shifting towards the buyers, and now we're going to be looking at this downwards trending trend line, the supply line again, which is sat currently around $110. If that breaks $116, then $131. So it is setting up nicely to break that trend line. Right now, it will just be on a market watch. We won't be doing much with that trade at the moment. Yeah, CY Web, don't worry. You've been a member for 2 months now. So if I've got time, it's not as busy in today's show than our normal Sunday shows, I'll of course have a look at it for you. We can have a deeper dive as well. It will be, hold on, what the blockhead's going on here? Yeah, yeah. So he doesn't know. Well, he knows that he doesn't know. He doesn't know I'm going live right now. He knows that I can go live. He's given me that permission. Let's put it that way. But he will be surprised to see me. Let's say that. Sounds good. Best of luck to us both with it. Has a good community support. So Stephen and CY Web, are you both in that coin? Bought Nvidia at $95, $96, $103 level. I am happy to keep them for years. I like that, Alex. Very good. CY Web, no worries. Any thoughts on TSM? TSM. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing. It's up pre-market. Oh, Pixie, thank you for subscribing. We'll be going back to XRP in a second, but let's have a look at some other. Yeah, I mean, it's come back down to these levels, these double top back in 2022 and 2021. That held as support in 2024, and we hit it back in the beginning of April. So that is the first level I'll be watching. I wouldn't be buying up here, but if I was going to enter into this position, if I've looked at the fundamentals, then these levels at around $140, I would have been interested in, especially these levels down here, the double bottom around 131. Obviously, we can't go back in time, but it does look like it's set up to move higher. Again, what you've got going on here is this downward sloping trend line. A lot of stocks are just ready to pop out. You just look at all of these stocks. You just saw it on the Nasdaq. You saw it on what I think. What did we just look at? We saw it on something else. These downwards trending trend lines, traders will come in and they'll see a momentum shift towards the downside. That it's just lower lows, lower highs, momentum towards the downside. Once you get a breakout of these trend lines, what you tend to see is big moves to the upside. Maybe not as big as that, but what you'll see is least momentum on those first moves to the upside until we come into the next level of resistance. And what you've got going on is it looks like a stock that is ready to pop at least to maybe potentially $178. Again, none of this is financial advice. It's just from me looking at charts before and trying to speculate, dubiously speculate, as some call it. You would be looking at a breakout and potentially going to $180. So even if you didn't get the bias down there, some people will still be entering positions here in um, in hopes that the stock market will continue to recover and this will have a breakout, because it is on breakout watch as well. As you can see, it is ready to break out with this downward sloping resistance. But I would potentially be buying at 130, 140, and maybe if I really wanted to get involved, I wouldn't say now is the worst time either. But I would always have money on the side. I would always be looking to buy lower. This would always be a small part of my portfolio, buying individual stocks. It's always proven that indexes are a better form of investment. Almost 500k of tokens, that is. Okay. 500,000. I was going to say $500,000. That would be extreme. I guess it's all relative on people's portfolios. Did it bounce back? It did bounce back quick after hitting into the 0.00070 range, which gives me hope. Yeah, I wouldn't go all into that just by looking at the price action. It doesn't make me too confident in the longevity of the coin. But short term, it looks like a good gamble. But I don't know the fundamentals. You probably know more than me. Thoughts on Archer, Papa? If you want to become a member, we can have a look at that for you. Let's give you the membership link. Here's the membership link. Does everyone like my 3-year badge? Very, very happy with it. Actually, did Martyn change it? It looks more yellow today. No, it's still the same. On my laptop, it's very yellow. On my desktop, it's not very yellow. That's the link to the merchandise store as well. Aptos. I don't like Aptos too much. I don't know enough about the fundamentals, but Swollen Gaming, interesting. I don't. If you want to become a member, we can have a look at it for you. Ondo. Let's have a look at Ondo. That's a request from Yolanda. Finally, it's sold off from those massive gains we've seen previously. into more reasonable levels. Let's have a look at it on something else. There we go. Let's get rid of some of these squiggles. Get rid of a few of these, just make it a bit clearer. Yeah, so Ondo, as you can see, we had this trend line towards the downside, this level of support. We broke the trend line, the momentum shifted to the upside, and now we're back on above the support of 82 cents. $1 next. $1 will be your next resistance. If that breaks, then you can start heading back up to $1.50. But it's looking more healthy than it did up here and down here, around $1.30 and $2. It can still go down to 60 cents, of course it can, but right now it is holding support 85 cents. It looks like it wants to head down up to $1 and then break out towards the upside. So Ondo is not looking too bad. I didn't like the look of it in the previous months, but right now it's not looking too bad. I wouldn't be buying it right now. I would already be in, but if I'm holding it, I would continue holding to at least $1. That's my own opinion. 3-year badge looks insane. Loving it. 124 likes. I'm sure we can hit 150 likes since 216 are watching. Should we do it, Alex? Finite to freedom. Should we do it? HBAR, don't take 5% weight and get 25%, says Jim. If we could look at HBAR, that would be great. Jay Harrington, let's have a look at HBAR. But first, we need to get some more music on. We need to everyone waking up. It's early in the morning for many people, and everyone's forgetting to hit the like button. Should we do the Irish music? Hit the like button. Oh, we've got a new member, Swollen Gaming. Oh, you want to look at Aptos, don't you?
Swollen Gaming has become a member.
Thank you for becoming a member. Everyone welcome in Swollen Gaming. Let's see how many likes we have now. $132. We're looking for 150. We can do it. This is Alex's idea. Swollen Gaming, welcome to the family. Did we do it? Did we do it? $135 likes. 15 more likes and we hit it. 14 more likes. 13 more likes. What other music do we have? I feel like I should get more music. Oh, that's the bell. We don't want the bell. 140 likes. We will certainly get 150, I hope. Let's go back to XRP for one moment. Because we are on Breakout Watch, and then we can have a look at HBAR as well. We are looking to break out of $2.30. That's the level that we're looking for. Oh, here we go. Let's see. We are getting a little bit of a pump now. Can anyone hear this? I'm worried my system audio is not working.
A top priority of my chairmanship will be to provide a firm regulatory foundation for digital assets.
Was that? Could you hear that? Can you let me know if you could hear that? And then we can show you that news as well. Because there is one linked heavily to XRP as well. 14 likes in less than a minute. Can we do it? Alex is setting us goals. Yeah, we've done it. Look, Alex. You don't have faith. We hit it. 150 likes. Thank you very much. I'm surprised how Render's doing so well. James Cox. I like that music. Very country style. It's actually Irish. Irish music. I think it's the Whacker Troll music, if anyone remembers that. Swollen Gaming, you want to have a look at Aptos. You came in as a member. Thank you for becoming a member. Let's do your request. Aptos. Newest. Let's find it on... Oh, it's not on the exchange I like. It doesn't see it. We'll look at it on Coinbase. No. Trying to find the best exchange for it. Finance? That doesn't look good. Coinbase. How far back does this go? Yeah, we can look at it here. So Aptos, in all fairness, it's not actually terrible. I mean, I don't know too much about the fundamentals, but it came back down to these levels that we've been looking for. $4.77, $4.71. We actually went a bit below it, all the way down to $4. And what we've seen previously, again, not an indication of the future, but sometimes it's nice to see where it can go, is diminishing returns every time you've hit those levels. So what you can expect possibly is maybe a 50% retrace at $10 Aptos from these levels. That wouldn't be too surprising for me. Let's add some text. 0.5 from last high. Just so we have future reference if you ever want to have a look at it. So yeah, that seems pretty achievable to me. A $10 Aptos or just below from these levels. You can see previously what the structure is just these lows happening over and over again, slightly lower every time, and also the highs being slightly lower every time. So people will be looking at that and potentially buying down at these $4 levels. I would be targeting, if I'm holding on to, I'll be holding to possibly $10. So Aptos is not looking too bad. Yes, it's Martyn's Whacker Troll theme. Okay, let's get. Did anyone? Oh, you heard it. Okay, cool. You heard it. That's good. Let's do some XRP news. If you want some really bullish XRP news, can you spam XRP in the chat? And let's make sure the XRP army are here. And then I'll share you something from an interview yesterday on Bloomberg. And I'll give you my thoughts. Okay, so you've heard it, so we can share it. Brilliant. Need everyone to spam XRP army, or just XRP, and then we'll show you the news. What's your opinion on Render Sensei? Don't have too much of an opinion. I know a lot of people like it. I'd be looking more at the sentiment rather than the fundamentals. That's how if I want fundamentals, I buy XRP. If I want sentiment, then I look at what everyone's talking about, look at the price action, the technicals, and then do shorter term trades. If you want to become a member, here's the membership link, and we can have a look at the technicals. We need everyone spamming XRP, and then we'll do it. We've got a few. Let's get some more music on. There we go, XRP is coming back. Spam XRP, and we'll get the XRP. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe as well. I can't wait for just checking to make sure, seeing if I've got any messages from Martyn. Nothing yet. Have we got? Yeah, everyone's spamming it. Okay, let's get rid of the music. Let's bring you the XRP news. So let's obviously start off with Paul Atkins being saying what he's saying about the crypto industry.
A top priority of my chairmanship will be to provide a firm regulatory foundation for digital assets through a rational, coherent, and principled approach. We will work to ensure that the United States is the best and most secure place in the world to invest and to do business. So, Mr. President, again, thank you very much for your graciousness in extending such A top priority of my chairmanship will be to provide a firm regulatory foundation for digital assets through a rational, coherent, and
So sorry, I was just sorting out some audio issues there. So there it is. He's obviously keeping that at the forefront. He is looking at the digital asset market. This is, I think, here he is. Michael Saylor is also supporting him, saying he'll be good for Bitcoin. So obviously that is going to help the crypto industry. We've already seen what's happened before he's actually got sworn in as well, and a lot of good changes in my opinion. Again, we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to make too many. Look, I am bullish. I'm excited. Gary Gensler's out. He does look like he's doing the right thing. I don't want to get too ahead of myself and say he's going to be absolutely brilliant because we've seen that happen before. We fought Gary Gensler. He used to give crypto education in universities. He was pro Bitcoin, and we saw what he did. He was probably the worst person for the job. I'm more confident in Paul Atkins, and he's already done good things. So this is bullish in my opinion so far, but I'm not going to go out there and say he's going to be the best person for the job. He is again still in the SEC, and we've seen how corrupt the SEC can be. But hopefully, so far so good. I am looking forward to see what proper regulation can be put in. But that, in my opinion, so far is bullish news. However, this is even more bullish news. Let's have a listen into this on Bloomberg yesterday.
Ripple's a company of really professional people working really hard on this. That's why we chose XRP. We believe in XRP. We're not making a price prediction, but we do believe it's a coin that will have the most utility out there. Bitcoin is a store of value. I agree with Mike McGlone, but I think that XRP has a true use case. There's just no doubt about it. And the Ripple team, from the interaction we've had with them, they're really professional. They act like investment bankers over there. They know what they're doing, and they will make this work. Ripple's a company of really professional.
Let's listen in again because that's amazing.
That's why we chose XRP. We believe in XRP. We're not making a price prediction, but we do believe it's a coin that will have the most utility out there. Bitcoin is a store of value. I agree with Mike McGlone, but I think that XRP has a true use case. There's just no doubt about it. And the Ripple team, from the interaction we've had with them, they're really professional. They act like investment bankers over there. They know what they're doing, and they will make this work. Ripple's a...
So that is from the CEO of, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, the ones that have the XRP, one of the first XRP ETFs. Is it XRP or XRPP? No, what is it? Let me try and find out. It's something XXRP or something. XXRP, I think. XXRP. Oh, it's because I'm on crypto. There we go. Here we go. They've got that 2x long fund. As you heard there, he's live on Bloomberg saying that he really likes XRP. He really likes the team at Ripple. They act like investment bankers. They're professional. It's got the coin of the most utility. Gold is like gold. Bitcoin's like gold. XRP is the coin with the most utility. Really bullish. Bullish signs there for a CEO on Bloomberg. I really did enjoy listening to that. We are seeing more and more pro XRP people coming out, a lot of pro XRP news. Ripple's making waves within the crypto market. I mean, I still can't get over the acquisition. Ripple acquires prime broker Hidden Road for the 1.25 billion in one of the largest deals in the digital asset space. That is Ripple, the company that was being sued, that still has an appeal going on against them. That's probably going to be dropped, but they're so confident and they're so professional in what they're doing, and they've been here for years. Remember, they've been around before even Bitcoin was around. Then they started using XRP. Then XRP got gifted to them, and then they've got developers working on XRP, and they've been through the rough. They know everything. They've worked with the SEC. They've worked with banks all around the globe. They are the biggest crypto company, in my opinion. They will be the biggest crypto company, and Ripple making acquisitions of 1.25 billion, a company that I think was it 3 trillion a year. Yeah, they clear 3 trillion annually across the market with more than 300 top institutional customers. Remember, they clear 3 trillion. If that comes onto the XRP ledger, then the price of XRP would be in like 20, 30, $40. But not only that, I mean, the whole 3 trillion is not going to come on board. However, you've got 300 customers there, institutional customers. They're good friends to have. They're going to start wanting to use XRP or RLUSD as collateral. They will understand the product. Then they'll recommend the product to their other rich friends and the other big companies. It's a massive acquisition, and it's a perfect acquisition because they're a prime broker and they're clearing money every day. And why not use? They already had connections with Ripple. Why not Ripple acquire them and show the crypto space that they're serious and there is utility in their coin? There's not many coins you can go out there and say, look how much this coin's being used, look how much this coin's utility is there. A lot of it is speculation by XRP, but with XRP you can see exactly how it's being used, exactly how bullish you can be on the token because of its utility, how it's set up, and how it's got a massive company backing it and using its technology. You can't say that about many cryptocurrencies. Actually, you can't say that about any. And as you heard there from a CEO, it's got the most utility, and it's unlike Bitcoin, which is basically a store of value. Any coin could be a store of value. You can make Bitcoin tomorrow and call it a store of value. There's no utility in it. It's just because it was there first. That's why it got the title. You have to work hard to get the title of being the best utility coin, and that's what Ripple have been doing. And here we go. We've got XRPP 2x long daily XRP ETF. That's at $34 pre-market, all-time highs for that ETF. From low to high, already up 50%. So congratulations to that CEO for listing this ETF. We still haven't got officially a spot ETF in the US. We are still waiting for that. That will really pump up the markets. Let's go back to your questions. Let's see what you've thought about that. Poor man Rich Dad, going to rewind and watch this whole thing later. Thank you, Sensei, for everything. Love this family and stay safe out there. Thank you very much, Poor man Rich Dad. Thank you for tuning in into the show. I really do appreciate it. I'm just seeing if we've got any word from Martyn because he doesn't actually know I'm live on his channel. So that'll be a shock for him. My HBAR, you want to have a look at HBAR? Let's have a look at HBAR. We'll come back to XRP because that is basically on Breakout Watch. We are waiting for it to break $2.30 and then we can expect another 10% pump today, potentially. HBAR, it's been following in XRP's steps. Yeah, it fell below resistance. Came actually back down to these levels over here. There it is. But yeah, it's trying to regain $1.88. $1.88 will be key for HBAR. What you want to see happen now is that resistance. Some people will be shorting it, just like they're shorting XRP right now. But if it does break out, then that is a key level. So this is an area not to be too bothered about because trading this will be hard. You can put in a short and then have a tight liquidation. Again, that's not advice. That's just how some people trade that. Or you could just wait for it to break out of 19 cents, come in for the retest, and then you can regain and recapture this important zone, and then you can treat it as support again. That is the more likely option. That's probably what's going to happen, but that's a very important resistance we are coming into now, and we're hoping to break out of it. If XRP breaks $2.30, then you can expect HBAR to break out of this 19 cents level and regain that support. So they're both on Breakout Watch. They're both at significant levels. HBAR is actually maybe more of a significant level, as you can see all this price action at this area. What it really wants to do, and right now it's being rejected from it, is break back above 19 cents. But be careful. We might get a pullback before it does. But it's nearly there. Let's have another look at XRP. Is everyone waking up now? The views are going up, so viewers are coming up. So is everyone Is everyone waking up in the US? Are we live too early? We're live here today to cover the XRP price action, the breakout. We're hoping to see $2.30 breakout today. Yeah, let's just make sure that's right. Yeah, and we just covered the news of the new SEC chair. I am bullish on it. I just don't want to get too ahead of myself, and that important interview as well. Here we go. Let's see what else is moving in the crypto market. XRP, the biggest gainer of the day so far. Bitcoin back above 90,000, around 94,000. Let's roll to 100,000. That's looking good. Let's have a look at the US markets. The S&P 500. Again, making new highs, up 2.34% today in the pre-market, and we've got Nasdaq up 2.85% since markets closed yesterday. We've got gold down today. That's normal after a sudden move to the upside, profit taking. We've got oil up 1.21% as well. Let's give you some more market updates from yesterday. Elon Musk announced during Tesla's earnings call that he wants to spend less time in politics and refocus on Tesla's growth. That's, again, another reason that the market's moving up. Tesla is a large part of Nasdaq and the S&P 500. And refocus on Tesla's growth. This comes amid recent backlash and his increased AI ambitions, especially with Tesla's Optimus humanoid robot and full self-driving push. This narrative could trigger renewed confidence among institutional investors. Tomorrow we have the US GDP advance estimate due. Expect market volatility leading up to tomorrow's GDP figure. Analysts are forecasting lower growth amid inflationary pressures. Positioning ahead of this could be key, especially in a cyclical stocks, bonds, and USD. So I'm sure Martyn will be covering that tomorrow. Let's see what the estimates are for GDP. Fed watch interest rate path with inflation. With inflation easing slightly, there's growing speculation that the Fed could pause rate. Okay, here this is where AI goes a bit off topic here. That the Fed could pause it. Yeah, so I think what it's saying there is inflation has come down slightly, not too much, still fairly sticky, but we're definitely not going to see a hike, but we might see a pause. So that we're keeping our eye out on Fed updates. Chinese stimulus update. The Chinese government has introduced new credit easing policies aimed at stabilizing the property market and supporting GDP growth. This can boost demand on copper, lithium, iron core, benefiting miners and emerging ETFs. Let's have a look at a quick miner right now. Let's have a look at Glencore. God, it's listed on too many exchanges, isn't it? Let's just have a look at it on the German one. That's up 4% today. So that is the reason why. We've also got, what is it, Rio Tinto. Rio Tinto's up as well today, about 2.5% pre-market. So yeah, the miners are going up. Oh, Bear is it? Hello, Sensor. Happy to see you today. Any thoughts on XLM? Yeah, we can have a look at XLM. Let's have a look at XLM. Tesla's up 6% now. Cool. XLM, let's have a look at it. So XLM has nearly came down to our target of 20 cents. Did it go down to 20 cents? It went all the way down to, yeah, exactly 20 cents. We were at 19.5 cents always. You would probably normally see a 0.5 cents move in price and support and resistance. People front run trades. That's why I always put my limit orders a bit higher. Anyway, XLM is moving up nicely. 30 cents is next for XLM. You've got this sort of bull flag, or like a just got this pattern here where it's, again, we've seen it many times with stocks and crypto. They've been going down and fast, quick, continued resistance, lower highs, lower lows. You're finally getting this breakout, and here you go. This is an example of one you're breaking out from, and you've already got a nice move to the upside on the weekly candle. You're up 11% this week. Next target will be 30 cents, 34 cents. Then you're looking at 60 cents. So XLM is finally showing signs of strength, trying to make higher highs instead of lower highs. So we'll keep an eye on it. And then hopefully we'll regain some of this horizontal resistance and continue moving up. What's next for it's 30 cents, then 35 cents. Back above 35 cents, then that's when I'll start getting a bit more bullish on it, because that's when we can start moving up to this level around 60 cents. But XLM has broken out, and that is official. XRP. 20. Here we go. XRP is moving up as well now. Let's go to the 5-minute candle. There we go. XRP moving up as well. Since I do agree that Nvidia resistance is around $104.70. I had my first resistance number 102.65, and it hit. Would love to hear your opinion. We'll have a look at it very shortly. Oh, Bear, great analysis. Thank you, Sensei. I appreciate being on the channel. No worries, Bear. And the good news is I'll probably be here more. Okay, and you've retracted your message, so you didn't have anything nice to say. Okay, we'll wait for you to reply again. XRP, go, go, go. Can you look at SPCE? We can have a look at SPCE. Before we do, now you mentioned SPCE, there's an SPCE mug that no one's bought yet. I don't think anyone knows it exists. You might like the look of. Where is it? There it is. The SPCE to the moon mug. There it is. Let me give you the link. If you're an SPCE fan, you might like the SPCE mug. There will only be 5 of these available, so these ones are actually very limited edition as well. If you're more of an XRP person, you've got an XRP merch. If you click the 11-ounce mug here, you can get all 3 of the 11-ounce, the smaller mugs, all 3 of. Oh, let's go back. Let me show you this. I'll get you the link as well. This is the XRP. You can get all 3 for 40% off, £38. You can add it to the cart. You can actually add different things as well. If you go into the XRP merch, and for example, you want to get a hoodie, I think there's you get the hoodie, the bigger mug. This is the bigger or the smaller mug, whatever mug you want to choose. We've got Martyn in, and we've got the T-shirt as well. That's for the XRP lovers. Here we go. Everyone, Martyn's in the chat. I knew he would be surprised. Let's wake Martyn up. Put some music on for Martyn.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This
Martyn, you've been sleeping, we've been working. We've been getting ready for the day ahead. Good morning, Martyn. Everyone say good morning, Martyn, in the chat. Good morning. Good morning, Martyn. I haven't told them anything, Martyn. I've just told them that we got XRP was breaking out, so everyone say good morning, Martyn, in the chat. Everyone say good morning, Martyn. This is so cool. It's 5:48 a.m. for Martyn, and he's just woken up with me on his channel. So what's happened is Martyn was saying a few things yesterday about how he's beaten my Sunday show. He's got the best ever show, and that I don't like I always get less views than him. So what I've done is just come live to just really try and get up to Martyn's level. Good morning, morning. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. Good morning, old man, Martyn. He's got more likes, I think, Martyn. Good morning, sleepyhead. I had coffee in my. Good morning, Martyn. Love you all, says Martyn. What a nice wake up for Martyn. He comes on his YouTube and we're already live. The family's already here. Big day today, as Martyn's just said there. We're looking at the markets really moving up. XRP is up 2.6%. We've got the race again between XRP and the stock market. XRP up 2.67%. We've got the US 500, S&P 500 up 2.48% this morning. Nasdaq up 3%. Good day, mate. Good morning, Martyn. Welcome to the new Sensei Aids channel. Not Lucas Aids, it's Sensei. To the moon, says Alex. Huge day. Morning, Martyn. Good morning, Martyn. Morning, Martyn, says Stephen. Says Seda. Moon. 185 likes. 85 more than Martyn thinks you get. I like that, DJ Haynes. Good morning, Martyn. I was up $14,000 yesterday. Today, already 8,000. Congratulations to Martyn. We're looking forward to having a look into his portfolio when he goes live. Road to $1 million. We love it. We are going to be here for the journey. We are all sharing our own journeys while viewing Martyn's journey as well. We're loving it. We're loving it. Brilliant, brilliant. As soon as Martyn comes on, XRP pumps again. That's what we're waiting for, Martyn to come on and having a look at XRP. $2.27. We're looking at Breakout watch for XRP. $2.30 is what we are looking for. As soon as Martyn comes to XRP pump, so great to see you all. It's amazing. You wake up and you've got the Lucasade family all here. I love it. We should do this more often. Should we do this more often? Should we do a poll? Do people want to see more of this? Let me end this poll and get a new poll. So that poll has just ended. Let me show you what that poll was. XRP breaking out. What's your move? Waiting and watching, 34%. Already in, let's moon, 30%. Buying more, 27%. So no one's selling. Everyone just wants to buy more, or they just want to watch it go up. So that's interesting. Yeah, I'm already in. I'm waiting for it to go up. I might take some profits. If you had 900 XRP, I want. Guy Harley, what are you asking? If you had 900 XRP and wanted to get 1,000, would you sell the days and then? Sounds like I don't want to give you any advice. For most people, just buying, holding long term is probably the best way to go. If you're an experienced trader, then you can always try and trade your way to 1,000 XRP. It's such a wonderful gift to wake up to this. Oh, it's very nice words from Martyn. Shall we do more morning pre-market, pre-bell streams? Shall Sensei do more pre-bell streams? Yes. No. Should we do this more often, guys? Should we do it? Extra streams. Do you want extra streams? Shall Sensei do more pre-bell streams? I'm going to put yes, because I'm enjoying it. Let's see what everyone else thinks. Truly what we have here is amazing. I'm loving it. We're all loving it. I'm loving it. You're loving it. The Lucasades are loving it. Let's see if they want more of it. Yeah, what you built on this channel, Martyn, is absolutely incredible. Having 237 people watching, most people with members, part of the Lucasade family, sharing their experiences and being here all together, is amazing. Gives you time to make a coffee and have Martyn and have ready Martyn. This has become my favorite live stream to catch every day. I love this family and community. Martyn and Sensei were a Christmas gift to find. Up $2,000 and counting. Family man, we love it. Thank you for being part of this family. If anyone else wants to be part of the family, if you want to become a member, as you can see, most people here are members. Just $3. Join the membership. It's just we want to be able to answer everyone's questions. We're normally on members only mode. Family man, thank you for finding this channel and becoming a member and supporting us. Diamond, and I hope we can support you too. Diamond Dave, with the cost of buying and selling, you'll need to see a dip of 40 cents to make a little money. Don't just buy and sell dips and cost average. It's going to be very hard. Again, it's the age-old story of you sell, when are you going to buy back? You're going to FOMO in, you're going to FOMO out. It's hard. Unless you have a very clear structure, you don't mind missing out. You have to go in knowing you might miss out. You have to go in with a clear plan, and you need to control your emotions if you want to go and do it that way. It's great for people in Britain and Europe, says Jim Ricketts. And same here. I'm so happy I found this channel and never regret becoming a member. Bear. Thank you. Is that how you pronounce it? But I feel like I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Bear? That is very kind words. We are very happy you found this channel. I agree. You've collected some good peeps here, Martyn. Congratulations. Thank you very much to Martyn and to Amina for saying those words. Thanks for Martyn for creating this channel and having me on it. It's nice to wake up and see you on live. Brilliant, Yolanda. We can do a morning get ready stream for everyone in the US and people in the UK and Europe. A morning stream. Good morning, mate. Where do you think XRP will go this bull run? Max $10. No, not max. I mean, I'm looking at $9 to $11 as where I'm imagining it to go. Maximum $20 potentially. Don't forget to look at SPCE. Stephen, yes, we will have a look. How long do you think this bull market will go on for XRP? It depends. If we go into a recession, then the bull market might end. But I was expecting it to go on for 2025. Happy St. George's Day, says Jim. Wow, I'm speechless, very emotional. Thank you, Sensei. Lol, on the other hand, how the heck did you hack my channel to go live? He's only joking, guys. We need more Martyn and Sensei streams. Yes, we will do more together as well. Let's see how this goes. Shall Sensei do more pre-bell streams? 95% said yes. That's one of the best polls I've ever seen. Wow. Thank you guys for the support there. That's incredible. We need more Martyn Sensei streams, says Fam. Yeah, I enjoy when me and Martyn go live together. Let's have a look at SPCE and XRP. So XRP, we're still waiting. $2.30 will be next. I do have to check something because I think I have to go shortly. I'm just going to text someone because I have a duty to drop someone off somewhere. So let me see. Can you check if... Just checking that. So XRP is $2.60, 2.5% up. It's at 267. So we're still waiting for $2.30. The US for the opening of, look at that. Wow, look at the stock market now. It's absolutely pumping towards the upside. 2.5% up now. 2.5% up on the S&P 500 this morning. Absolutely incredible. Look at that. Since we've been live, it's gone up about 0.5%. It's a very nice pump towards the upside for the S&P 500, and you can see the Nasdaq hasn't broken out yet because we are on breakout watch on Nasdaq. Yep, look at this. We're breaking out on Nasdaq. We are officially breaking out on Nasdaq. We are looking at a potential pump of 2.5% today on Nasdaq, another 2.5% move to the upside because we are breaking out of this long-term move towards the downside, all the way from all-time highs. We are looking at a breakout on Nasdaq that will bring more breakouts across the market. We've just seen so many stocks and crypto that are on these trend lines, ready to break out, ready to burst out. at least on the short term. Even if you're bearish, even if you think we're going to recession, even if you think it's not going to come to an end, we will probably get, you normally get dead cat bounces, you normally get deep retraces, and then continue these moves to downside. Right now, a lot of these stocks are waiting for just a little bit of good news, which we're starting to get now, to get these breakouts to head up to higher retrace levels. So that is looking good. Someone requested SPCE, so just having a quick look at space. Let me just have a quick look here as well. What is up 4% pre-market, which is good. Let's go on to the daily time frame. It's just trying to find a new bottom, isn't it? It's hard. It's always hard to trade SPC. You just don't want to buy on the pumps. You just don't want to buy on the pumps because you always get. We've just seen it time and time for years and years. You buy on the pumps, you get punished. This is at low levels. You've got potentially a breakout here happening on SPCE. Breakout to downside, you go further lower. If you break out to the upside, you're going to go a bit higher. We're looking at $3.50 as the next target. But yeah, right now SPCE is not it's not technically looking. It's not a trade. We could try and have a look at some Fibonacci retracements. Look at there. No, nothing there. Low to high here. Is that giving us anything? No, not really. You just need to look at the fundamentals, look at the market cap. Are you happy buying it at these prices? I would be, to be honest, as a high risk part of my portfolio at these levels. The market capitalization is 100 million. I mean, if they get Delta going, if they actually become a proper functioning business again, then $100 million market cap is nothing. So it'll be a high risk investment because it's investors are looking at it going bankrupt because of the market value. The market cap is reflecting market that the people think it's going to be bankrupt. But if it doesn't go bankrupt, then you can see that it's at a very low valuation. So you wouldn't even look at the chart analysis at this point. You might look at it for take profit levels. But right now, if you think it's worth more than $100 million market capitalization, that's why you would buy it, not because of the charts. It's not on a pump right now. It's at nearly all-time lows, so not a bad place in my opinion, but you have to be a high-risk investor. I'm up 2.5%. I'm up 6.35% today on the S&P 500. Don't tell me you can get rich. Don't tell me you can't get rich only by owning the S&P 500. You can. This is wonderful. I don't ever need to sell. Another race today with the S&P and XRP, Martyn, lol. Oh yes, Paul. Yeah, they seem to be neck and neck right now. I don't see a race between the two in invested in both. The secret is knowing that there isn't a secret. Buy, hold, buy the dips, have a long time horizon. Simple. Index, you're done. You don't need to worry about all these other things going on. If you want a bit of a high risk edge to your portfolio, then you can have some fun with other stocks. But as Martyn has said, for most people, what's the best way of investing? Index, S&P 500 world indexes, a little bit of diversification, buy on the dips, DCA, look at it in 5 to 15 years and you will be up. You just buy when it's sold under value below 19 times P earnings. Not a bad strategy. Martyn, now that I have my ISA on eToro, I can now buy VU. This is great. Macro dips with conviction. I am just going to check on the price of XRP because I've got a notification on my phone that it's moving, but I think that's delayed. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's coming back down. This is what we're waiting for today. We are waiting for $2.30 on XRP. Once we break out of there, then there isn't much resistance until to around $2.50. So that is a large move to the upside if we can break $2.30 today, but we are struggling with $2.30 is a strong resistance, and I do think we might come down to $2.25 before we hit $2.30. So let's spend a bit more time looking at it. S&P 500, here it goes again. Nasdaq just broke out and it's loving it. Silver's up 1.5%. Gold is down today. If you have just tuned into this early morning show, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's see what the poll says. Shall we do more pre-bell streams? Well, 11% of people are not being very nice. 89% say yes. That is, I'll take that. I'll take that. Thank you very much for everyone voting in that poll. We can do more of these streams. I used to think it's so complicated. No, it's simple. The more simple you keep it, the more likely you're going to win. Just like my technical charts, I try and keep it as simple as possible. Simple support levels, simple resistance lines, one RSI, one moving average. If you look at some other technical traders, they will have AI bots, they will have 40 different indicators, all telling them different things. You just need to keep anything you do in life simple. Just keep it simple. Martyn wanted to ask, related to Tom Baker, also Doctor Who fan here. Well, Martyn will be going live with the opening bell in about an hour and a half, so you can ask him then. I think what we're going to do, unless Martyn wants to set up its stream so we can redirect, but I was just testing things out today. I will be ending the stream shortly, and maybe let me see if we've got the opening bell show there. If not, we can do that in the next streams that we do when I come live earlier. Yeah, we'll go live for a little bit longer. If Martyn's still watching, then you can let me know if you want to set up your morning bell, your opening bell stream, so we can send everyone to you. If not, that's something we'll work on in the future. I'm just no worries if you can't. It is very early for you still. Macro dips. Okay, let's have another final look at the markets and see if Martyn responds. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Coinbase will be a good one to look at. What's that doing? Up 5% pre-market. Wow. Bounce straight off that support we're looking at, that long-term move to the upside. Next resistance is at $209 for Coinbase. Coinbase is looking very, very good. Oh, Martyn's going to set it up. We'll wait for Martyn to set it up then. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, Coinbase is looking good. Next stop, $200. MicroStrategy will be up 4% this morning, 3.5% this morning. That's not got much resistance up until $470 as well. So we are looking at potentially a shift. Even if we're bearish, even if we think a recession's coming, it looks like stocks are ready to pop. It looks like there will be some FOMO kicking in for a lot of people. The market will punish both sides. It will punish the shorters, it will punish the people longing. And right now, how do you punish a lot of people? Well, a lot of people are shorting, so they're going to be punished because we've just seen a move towards the upside, especially at 10% day last week. That punished a lot of shorters. Then how do we punish more people? Well, everyone's FOMOing in, so you had that little sell-off. Then the market, let's just show it on the S&P 500. We'll do it on this one, not on the futures. Oh, get rid of this for a second. So everyone's shorting. Everyone's shorting here. Everyone thinks recession. We're going to go all the way down. Market punishes you. It's up 10%. Everyone liquidated. The market makes some money. And then everyone's FOMOing in. FOMO. We're back to green. We're up 10%. Tomorrow's going to be higher. Then the next couple of weeks, you see the next few days, you see the market come down another 7%. So then it's punished the people that FOMO'd in. So now what we're probably going to see, what's going to be maximum pain? Well, we need people to FOMO in again. So what you're probably going to see is a lot of companies are ready to pop, and we've seen a lot of charts, we've seen a lot of price action where you've got that downward sloping resistance line ready for a breakout. These breakouts are probably going to come and then everyone will think this sell-off's finished, this tariff news is over, we are pumping again, another 10-15% move to the upside. Coming into deeper retraces, what would that mean? You take it from the high to the low. You're looking at potentially a deep retrace of the 618. That's another sort of 6% move to the upside, or the 786, which is another 10%. So you see another 7 to a 10% move up on the S&P 500. Everyone gets FOMO again, and then you see massive pain, which could potentially be a lower low. Coming all the way back down, another 20% drop, another 25% drop. So be prepared for these moves. In times of volatility, the market will punish the people that are going long. It will punish the people that are going short. The people that win are the ones that are on the have a bit of money on the side, the ones that are buying the dips, the ones that have a long-term horizon. If you're trying to trade it, the market will try and punish both sides, long or short. You might get punished. So be prepared for that as well. Appreciate the content. Here's to a good night's sleep while we make money. Just bought another 100 XRP. Congratulations, Jay Harrington. I used to think it's so complicated. No, it's as simple as that. Has anyone bought any merch today? No merch, and we're live extra early. Let me give you this link to the store and to the membership. If you want to become a member, there's the link. If you want to buy some merch, that's the link to the merchandise shop as well. What very important, tomorrow is our first merch event. So this is extra important to show you the merch. You can buy one item, you can buy 3 items, you can buy 4 items, it doesn't matter. As long as you have one item of our merch, post a picture on Discord, or if you buy it today, then if you send me a message on Discord, I will verify that you bought it and I will add you to the merch club. Tomorrow we're having our first merch event, so that's only for people merch holders. Only if you have merch, we'll be sending out a link. It's normally going to be on the last Friday of the month, but we're doing it a day early. So it's going to be tomorrow before the closing bell. Anyone who has merch, we're going to be doing an unlisted video on YouTube. You can call in with your face, you can be in the chat like normal, but it'll be focused on you. We'll be answering every single one of your questions. We'll be talking about things we won't normally talk about on a YouTube live, because it'll be unlisted, never be shared on YouTube. Only for merch holders. We'll have a cup of coffee, have a cup of tea if you've got your mugs. So bring your merch to that event. You can just buy one merch. You can go on here. You can buy these for 40% off. Let me give you the XRP link. You get all 3 of these mugs. You get the XRP mug. You get the buying the dip mug, limited to 10. You get the Lucas win mug. There's actually only 3 of these mugs left, actually. So you can only get the set. There's only 3 more people can get the set, because there's only 3 of these ones left. Let me know once you purchased it. I'll add you manually, because you probably won't receive your merch by tomorrow. In fact, you won't receive your merch by tomorrow. And you can buy anything from the store. You can buy Martyn's merch. You've got all his phone cases, jumpers, mugs. You've got the same for me over here. You've got these ones which are limited to 10 only. That's the XRP Spring merch. And then you've got, for example, the SPCE mug. There, you've got this mug here. This is a special one, the 15 ounce. This is a full fundamental analysis. So if you buy this one, Martyn will do a full stock review for you. I'll do a full technical chart review. We'll make it into a full video for you. You've seen when Martyn does those full fundamental reviews. You can buy this mug, and that comes as a perk as well. But any merch, you'll be added to the merch club tomorrow, just before the closing bell. So probably an hour and a half before the closing bell. The event is on Discord. Let me see if I can show you on Discord. So do not forget, if you hold merch, if you're going to buy merch, let me know. You should already be in the merch club if you've already posted on Discord. If you haven't, post your pictures on Discord. If you buy it today or tomorrow, then I'll manually add you. And we're doing that event tomorrow. So that'll be exciting, our first merch event as well. Let me see if I can find Discord so I can show you the event, because this is how you'll get notified. Let me get Discord. Let's wait for that to open. Have 4,000 XRP for 140. Do you think I should add now? I'm not going to give any advice on what you should do. Questions like that, you should answer yourself. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I have no idea what your situation is. Dollar cost average XRP cost at 0.62 holding for the rally. Good luck to you, Ron David. You've got a nice average price there. Let's show you Discord here. Here's Discord. So Discord, this is Martyn's channel. You can see up here at the very top, you can see events. Tomorrow, 6:30 UK time, so that's about, you can see it on your own time zone when you go on Discord. Register your interest there. We'll send you a link in the merch, in exclusive merch club. Only people with the merch club status will have that. We'll send you a YouTube link there. If you haven't been added yet, put in your merch pictures here. We'll add you to that. So again, if you want to see the event, it will be up here on Discord, one event, and you can join and you can keep up to date with the times on there. Okay, let's see if we've got a stream to send you to. Yes, we do. We will be redirected to the opening bell with Martyn. Thank you all for tuning in to this pre-live, pre-opening bell show. It sounds like you want it again. So let's see what the vote is. 83% and 17% say no, 83% say yes. Let's finish up that poll. And poll, thank you for voting in that. Thank you for supporting this stream. One final look at the markets. Let's look at XRP. We didn't get the breakout we wanted, but we might get it later on in the day. I'm sure Martyn will be keeping an eye on it versus the versus the S&P 500, who will win today. Yeah, we're still waiting. $2.30 is the breakout point. We've got the S&P 500. That is up almost the highs of the day, up to 2.5%. So all looking good. We've covered you the news of
A company of really
Let me just show you again because this was good news for XRP.
professional people working really hard on this. That's why we chose XRP. We believe in XRP. We're not making a price prediction, but we do believe it's a coin that will have the most utility out there. Bitcoin is a store of value. I agree with Mike McGlone, but I think that XRP has a true use case. There's just no doubt about it. And the Ripple team, from the interaction we've had with them, they're really professional. They act like investment bankers over there. They know what they're doing, and they will make this work. Ripple's a company of...
To hear from the CEO there, XRP, the coin with the most utility. SEC Paul Atkins is now appointed. I think it'll be good, but I don't want to say anything too soon because we thought Gary Gensler would be good and he turned out to be very, very bad. But I'm very bullish with Paul Atkins. I think he'll be good. Here we go. The markets are pumping again. So what's going to happen? This stream will take you directly to Martyn's stream. You can see the link pinned at the top. Go in there, say hello, smash the like button, and join him when he will go live in about an hour's time for the opening bell. Let's see what he's got lined up for you. Why the stock market is pumping. Brilliant. You might change that, but I think that's a good one. We want to see why the stock market's pumping. The stock market is going up very much. It's still accelerating, 2.6% up now. Another good day, another win for Martyn Lucas' win. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time. Oh, a lot of you are liking this. I can't go on a Discord service with my phone. I don't know if I'm connected to Discord channel correctly when I got my badge. We can have a look into it. Maybe Martyn can answer your question when he's live later. Thank you for the live stream, Sensei. It's much appreciated. Thank you, Sensei. I hope you do that more often. Thank you, Sensei. Great stream. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, check out Martyn's stream coming up very shortly. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.